If you find yourself in federal court, that means that there's a crime that's occurred across state lines, whether that be physically crossing state lines or through the use of the mail, internet, or some other electronic means. And in federal court, what ends up happening is, first thing, there's an arraignment hearing where your bond is set in the case. The next thing that will happen after that initial bond hearing is that you will come up for, it's called a change of plea hearing or a pretrial hearing. That hearing is designed and determined to let the judge know what it is you're gonna do. You can do a couple different things at that hearing. You can enter a plea of guilty if you've entered into a plea agreement, meaning you've negotiated out some agreement with the United States Attorney's Office. You can ask that your case be set for trial, or a lot of times cases need to be continued if they're complex, and they'll make you waive your speedy trial rights at that point. The next step depends on what you did at that pretrial hearing. If you've entered a plea and you've answered all the court's questions and that plea has been accepted, you would not be sentenced at that time. You end up having a pre-sentencing interview with someone from the United States Probation Office, where they do a background workup of you, background workup of the case, and they will generate a report after that interview called a pre-sentencing report. Then a sentencing hearing will be set, and any of those objections will be argued. And those objections deal with things such as the federal sentencing guidelines, which give a range as to what you're looking at in terms of sentencing. The guidelines are advisory, they can be deviated from, and they can be varied from. And many times we'll file a variance motion in order to reduce what that sentence potentially could look like. If on the other hand you go to trial, you would pick a jury, you would proceed with any pretrial motions, and you would try the case. Then depending upon the verdict of the case, you would either proceed, or in the alternative, if it comes back in a positive way, that would end the case. It would be a not guilty verdict.